Good morning, third graders. It's good to see you this morning. I'm glad that you guys are coming to check your DMA. Again, very important to make sure that you're doing this on a daily basis. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's not waste any time. This is week 22, day 4. So it says to divide the rectangle into sixths, label each sixth with the appropriate fraction. Now they said each sixth, so that tells us that this is a unit fraction. Remember, a unit is one of the pieces, one of the 6 pieces. So remember that when we are going to divide or partition, another word is partition, and T-I-O-N says shun. Partition means to divide it equally. So when I divide or partition this rectangle into sixths, I can start with thirds. Okay, remember that. Or you could start with half. But I like to start with thirds because to me, thirds are easier to divide into 2 more pieces after I've divided it into thirds. So 3 equal parts. And thirds are a little difficult to divide into 3 equal parts because you kind of have to do a little bit of estimation. So that's a little too big. So maybe right around there and right around here, you've got thirds. So far we have thirds, okay? This is a third, this is a third, this is a third. Now, what I can do to create sixths is I can take and divide each one of these in half. Now, it depends on how you want to do your half. You could do it this way or you could do it this way. It doesn't matter as long as the parts are equal. So I'm going to go ahead and do it across this way. Now, I have created 2 more equal pieces in each third. So now I have 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are my sixths. I'm going to label each one with 1/6. 1/6. Okay, so now that's all I need to do. It doesn't tell us to shade anything. It doesn't tell us to use any of the fractions to identify any of the parts. That's all we have to do is know to divide it into 6 equal pieces and then label each one with 1/6. That's it. All right, let's take a look at our word problem. And don't forget, I want you to explain your word problem in the back. Show me a model. That's what it's expected. It says, in the evening, Lynn helps set up camp. There are 3 rows with 8 tents in each row. So an array, right? That's what we call an array. It's objects that are placed into rows and columns, right? Well, we have 3 rows. Rows go this way. Columns go this way. 3 rows with 8 objects in each row. Okay? So, if I go to my back, turn to the back here, I'm going to use my lines as rows. So I have 3 rows and 8 tents in each row. If you guys want to draw your little tents like this, you're more than welcome to. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now that tells me that there's going to be 8 in this row, 8 in this row, 8 in this row. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue using circles. It's going to be quicker for me. So I can finish this up. Notice I keep my columns fairly straight. Okay, I have 3 rows. I have 8 objects in each row. She wants to know how many tents is she going to set up. How many tents are there? How many tents are there? So we want a total of objects, which are the tents. So these are my rows. These are 8 tents each row or each group. And then it's going to give us our total tents, all the tents. So 8 plus 8 8, 16. What's 8 more after 16? 24. 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 24 total tenths. So now we can go to our response. Oops, this is a little blurry, I think. Let's focus that in a little bit. And we can say, she will have 24 tenths because if you add, which is what I did, if you add 3 groups of 8, or 3 rows of 8, right? 3 rows of 8, then you get 24. Total. Okay, basic multiplication word problem. It's groups, how many's in each group, and I'm looking for a total based on the question that it asks me. Now, if it were given, if I had the tenths and they told me to put them into 3 equal rows and how many tenths were in each row, then that would be a division problem. But in this case, we're going to say that this is multiplication because it's asking us for the total, and that's what multiplication is. You take groups, put them together in one large group, and you get the total. So, just so happens that our first fact right here is exactly what we were doing over here in our word problem, except we have reversed the factors. 8 times 3 is 8 groups of 3. So I could say 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oop, one more. 3. 3 and 3 is 6. 3 and 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. Repeated addition. Don't guess. Use a strategy. Repeated addition is a strategy to use. 9 groups of 1, or if I had one group of 9, one group of 9 is still going to be 9. Anything times 1 is itself, because if I have one group of 20, there's only 20 objects in that one group. If I have one group of 100, there's 100 objects in that one group. So multiplying by 9 or 1 is fairly easy. 4 groups of 5. I can count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, or I can add 5 plus 5 is 10, 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 10 is 20. And finally, we have a fraction problem here. It says to write less than, remember the L, knock it to its side, you have a less than symbol. The opposite is greater than, a greater than symbol. So less than, greater than. And it's or equal to. Now, these kind of look equal to each other, but if you count the number of parts in the whole, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this circle has 8 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This circle has 6 equal pieces. Now, remember, the more pieces I divide something into, or I divide the whole into, the pieces get, right, they get smaller. More pieces, smaller pieces. Always think about maybe a pizza. If I have more pieces of pizza, then those pieces are going to get smaller for every cut I make. So this shaded piece is 1/8. This shaded piece is 1/6. When I compare the size, and let me get my fraction strips out, here's my 1/8 and here's my 1/6. You can see that the 1/6 is just a little bit bigger than the 1/8 because when I used, like for example, when I started here, I started with thirds. Thirds are larger than fourths. And that's what I would use to help me make eighths. I would break this up into 4 equal pieces first, and then I would cut each one of those fourths in half again to make those eighths. So the symbol I'm going to put in here is less than. I'm going to put a less than symbol in here. Okay? So this is the problem I want you to put in your discussion today. I want you to tell me that 1/8 is less than 1/6 in your discussion. This is the one that you're going to put into your DMA discussion today. So, see you today during whole group. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to practice your multiplication facts. 6s and 7s. Got to get those memorized. Thank you.